after the Antonio Brown incident with the Steelers, he goes to the Raiders, where he allegedly called the general manager, Mike Maycock, a cracker.
Yeah. So watch this. He's been in Oakland for 2 weeks.
Right.
Do you think that's really for the GM? Is that him to see is that really for him? Or he's just caught up in, was that for somebody else? Was that for somebody that left here?
I don't know, because it was bizarre.
It was bizarre. And now it's of course it's bizarre. He be using that word now. I don't know if you see it. But of course it's bizarre. But I saw that. I'm like, man, he's got a new life. He just got to the Raiders. Like, they're just getting to know each other.
Right.
That they talk about like trauma, like PTSD. Man, I don't think that's for somebody in the Raiders. I think that was just like withheld. I think that's like whatever he felt like, whatever he was going through, whatever got shaken up in him, now it's coming out. Now it's coming out. That's how I saw that. I don't know what they did in Oakland to cause that or create that.
Right, because it was chaotic. There was a whole cracker incident, and then he asked to be released.
Yeah.
Because I guess they avoided a guaranteed money situation on his contract.
Yeah.
So right before he was about to have his guaranteed money, he gets released by the Raiders.
Yeah.
And then he joins the Patriots with Tom Brady.
Yeah. He wanted to be released by the Raiders. So in the midst of all of this, it's like, this is one of the things that irk me, like in real life, is mental health. When people say, oh, mental health, and okay, when it's actually showing itself, like, where's that grace? Where's that understanding? Where's that respect? Like, you have social now, and it's just like, I know how I be feeling. I don't know what it's like to have a couple million followers. There's millions of people who got a bone to pick with AB, and the things that are being said to him, I've seen a little bit of it. The things that are being said to him and done, where's that place in his mental? That he couldn't have not been talking to Mike Mayock. He could have been talking to the people that he sees in his phone, and that was the only person in front of him for him to say that. It's just like, for what I've been through myself post-football when I stopped playing, to think about a guy who's live playing, Antonio Brown's still in the NFL at this time. He's still running and tracing balls. He still had to wake up from a concussion. He's a social star. So it's like, he's still got all of this on his phone and device. He's in real life with whatever he feels, however he's going through. And it's just like the mental health aspect of it that we deal with when we're done playing. It's just like, all right, he's not having that grace or that space. Or like when he goes to practice and has a trainer, like, all right, do they have like a psychiatrist or somebody to be like, hey man, like, where are you at? I feel like we saw like and contributed to and added to the unraveling of not a soft person, but like a dog ass nigga, G, like for real, to be one of the greatest, to be where he came from in Miami and Liberty City and who he is and how he is and like what was going on. I felt like I saw that it was just combustible. And so it was starting to combust. And then in Oakland, and I know that like professionally, when he realized in Oakland, like maybe this team wasn't going to be a contender. Maybe the only thing in my career that can redeem me is a Super Bowl, like a championship. It seems like that became his professional mind. And so I had to get somewhere where I got a chance. Then he got with Tom Brady, New England Patriots.
Well, yeah, he gets with Tom Brady at the Patriots, but then he gets cut by the Patriots after a few games.
After the
text message
alleged
stuff.
Text messages and the whole thing. And
Right. And then when Brady goes to the Buccaneers, he joins Brady the Buccaneers once again.
After a year out of the league.
Exactly.
After going to visit Dion on his lake.
Yes.
after
a whole lot.
Running ghost routes at random parks and playgrounds in a ghost uniform. Remember, there was that period of time where it seemed like there was no way in the world he was going to get back into the NFL.
Right. But he not only got back in the NFL, but he won a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
With Brady.
Like he had aimed and intended. He got with Brady, and they did that.
Right. But then on January 2nd, 2002, third quarter,
yes,
when the Buccaneers were playing the Jets, an argument ensued in the sidelines. He took off his jersey, shoulder pads, gloves, and shirt.
yeah.
And just ran off the field.
Yeah. Is that where it started, though? Like, it didn't start in that game?
From what I understand, it was about money. It was about I guess he had something in the stipulations because he wasn't being offered these long-term contracts. He was being offered very limited contracts.
Oh, no, that's one aspect of it. After money comes into play, so when he gets back, he has to serve that 8-game suspension. Mm-hmm. And then he plays the second half of the year and the playoffs when they win the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So if you remember, after they win the Super Bowl, what Bruce Arians was saying about Antonio Brown's time with the Buccaneers his first year, man, he was a model citizen. Everything we asked, we asked him to do, he did. Like the impact he's had on his team, the winning culture he's brought, that was the detail after his first year. So you have second year, year 2, and there was the COVID card incident.
Right, he faked his COVID card.
Yeah, well, they're saying allegedly, I don't know, but yeah, there's people who want to take the shot who don't.
Okay,
whether you had a card or not, and whether whatever other people, that was the incident. So he wasn't having the same issues of being outbursts and explosive or this and that. That was a COVID card thing in which the league found him for and suspended him for. He served his suspension. Then the game before he stripped off his pads, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, their top 2 receivers, are out due to injury. He plays in that game and has like 10 catches, 101 yards, touchdown, something like that. Mm-hmm. Balls out. After that game, when he takes the podium, we're talking about money. We'll come back to it. When he takes the podium, I remember watching his press conference, and they're speaking about him forging that COVID card or the issue he's been on a team. And his kind of take was like, yo, man, why you guys write these narratives? I have no control over what you say, but we're moving forward now. This is about football. I just played a game. Why are you trying to speak to me about things outside of here? It felt like at this point, now the media is out of line at OC. When somebody serves their time, they paid their penance, it's over. They're still bringing the drama when he's not brought that drama to Tampa Bay. They're still bringing the drama to him. And that COVID card was enough to say, okay, he's the same guy. It's this, it's that. And they're stoking that same fire that was left in Oakland or even New England and with Pittsburgh. They're stoking that fire and trying to bring it here. And so when it comes to that next game, as a player, it just seems like what Antonio Brown is wanting to know is like, as he said, his ankle hurts. He's going out there. Man, do these guys have me in my head? Because once again, you gotta remember, all the headlines aside, this is one of the best players of our generation. So in his mind, if he knows I'm Jerry Rice, like I'm coming off the bench like 6th receiver and my ankle hurts and we can be saving me for the playoffs, like, do you guys have me out here? I'm going in the game and Tom Sandy's gonna get me the ball and I'm not getting targets. It's not just about being selfish and I want targets. Am I getting targets? When he came back for that second year, he was on a prove it deal the first time. And he was like, okay, so I proved it. I helped us win the Super Bowl. Like, you guys broke Gronk off like proper after this. I'm still on a vet minimum deal. Like, am I Antonio Brown to you or no? Am I had like or not? And by that point, it seemed like he got to a point where, for whatever reason on the sideline, the way he was being spoken to, this is when he speaks, I listen. Like when he's talking, I listen. I don't just ignore him. When the world speaks, I'm listening too, but that shit don't always seem to align to me. And so when he's like, okay, I'm coming off the bench, I'm playing on this hurt ankle, I'm not getting the ball. Like, I think I'm gonna sit this one. Like, do you guys have me? No, F that. You're going in the game. Okay, so it don't seem like you have me. I'm out of here. I'm better off on my own.
Well, yeah, he takes off his pads and his shirt and leaves the field.
That reminds me of who was the gymnast? I'm not sure if it was the gymnast.
Simone Biles?
Was it Simone Biles that
Well, she said she had like the twisties and she didn't want to perform?
Where she didn't feel right to go out there and then she kind of protected herself.
Yeah.
When I saw that story, that's what AB's reminded me of.
Right, but she also didn't take off her shirt and storm off.
No, of course. Of course.
Oh, that would have been interesting to watch, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I know. But like, I mean, in football, and even what he said is just like, you make a statement, and he made a statement. Because I'm like, to this day, we still don't totally really know what that was or what that was about. And I'm just like, why not take that man's word for it? But it's just like, he's been written as so crazy that like now he's being like, okay, so people don't listen to him like he's a child. He's not a kid. He's still a grown man. he's still saying something with his voice.
Yeah.
So now this isn't aligning, and I'm just like,